name is Fanny Chabot and I'm head of planning at TAXI Montreal. To be honest, there are two cultures in Canada. It's French Canadians or Quebecers and the rest of Canada. And even though we share values, there's a lot of differences. We don't talk about money the same way. We don't talk about religions or marriage the same way. So if you want to make sure that your strategy will be working here, you need to take into account the Quebec's perspectives. It's easy to adapt for this market, and a lot of brands do it. And it has some success. But in another way, if you wanna be even more successful and create engagement with people here, you have to think the same way they're thinking. And we have realized that a lot of strategy doesn't work here because we don't take into account the Quebec specificities. So it's better off to have a Quebec's point of view at the beginning of the strategy, and then when you come up with the creative ideas, it's more useful, not useful, but effective, I'd say. I believe there's no differences between, brand planner and digital planner. I think when you're doing strategic planning in communication, you're thinking in terms of brand engagement and how you create community around your brand and engagement with your customers. Either it's through a website or an out of home, or the touch points aren't that important. Although you have to have some experience and knowledge on how to leverage your ideas throughout the touch point. I think when in terms of strategic planning, it's not. It's a false debate, if you will. It's not a debate to me. It's media are evolving. You have to be up to date. Otherwise, you're just disconnected from reality. And the role of a planner is to be connected with reality. So some planners might have some deeper expertise in terms of researches, for instance, or in terms of online experience or retail experience, but it doesn't make them a retail planner. To me, it's a strategic planner. So I expect from all people working in planning in Montreal to have at least an experience with digital agency or integrated, call it as you wish, agency, because otherwise you're. But to me, the younger generation, there's no need to think about that. I mean, they are connected, and when you have someone who has a strong strategic head, it's part of his background. I'm a very pragmatic person, so when I do advertising, I want it to be useful and successful in terms of return on investment. So if you need digital or interactive media, because there's a need for that, and you will drive results. And usually we do, because we learned from our past mistakes, and we now have people that understand new media perfectly well and deliver. To me, advertising is in the middle of a transition. We don't sell campaigns anymore. We sell ideas, and it can be a product, it can be a campaign, it can be a website, it can be discussion with people in the street. I mean, brands today, they live in people's minds, that's for sure, but they live in people's network. So if you want to exist, you have to take into account what they do with your brand and bring them added value. Because if you're useless, you're not there. You're not existing, which is not the same. Which is not what was happening many years ago. So it's going to be even more complicated in the next years to do communication or just brand strategy, because you have to be valuable. You can't just go and say out loud, well, we're so great and we're selling that and please buy us. it's not meaningful anymore. So we gotta understand people even more, and we have to be useful to them if we want to be taken into account.